Hello and welcome to Mobile Friday. This week's game is AFK Journey, and it's a big release on iOS. It was available for pre-order, and what really caught my attention was the graphics. It looks fantastic. The art style was really interesting to me. We can see it's also exploring strategies, resources, heroes. It looks like it has a lot going on, as well as a character creator. So I'm really curious how good the game's tutorial is going to be. I'm also a little concerned about the size. 1.51 gigabytes feels a little small. I'm curious if there are going to be other downloads. So you and I, let's see what happens when we start AFK Journey for the first time. Oh, vertical? Okay. Terms and conditions? Sure. Nope. The bottom, what's it doing? So we got a choice. 90 odd megabytes for the basics, but auto download is still happening in the background as we get there. Or we download, what's that, 2.5 gigabytes essentially. So yeah, it's about a 4 gigabyte game all in all. Well, I'll do that, and let's see if we get a video. Some of the best games that have this will have a video which perhaps gives some backstory, reveals the characters, gameplay mechanics, or if it's just going to be a static image with looping music. Well, we do have incentives here to keep going. You can see that we're going to get gems for it, but it's just artwork on repeat. We can mute it if we want. I'm doing this on my Wi-Fi. That's why the speeds are quite high. Also, 2.5 gigabytes on a mobile contract is going to be bad for anyone's data plan. Okay, so the music got to about 60% of the download, and then it restarted, and that's not a problem. That's quite a long time actually. So that end we just had there was only the second time music played through. So after the download, it has to compile and load, and then it comes to this screen. So it's much better than some games we had where the music would repeat after like 30 seconds. it was just twice. Really cool. So, this is a nice opening screen. Tap to begin your journey. Sure.
In the forgotten corners of time, the dormant darkness awakens. Wisteria succumbs to a curse of shadows. Recall it now. Reclaim the lost sword. Let it illuminate the hero's journey. The one who shadows the eternal night. Behold the legend, Merlin.
Kind of an epic beginning, though the music and voice, I think the music was a bit too loud for that, but looked good.
Magister Merlin? Magister Merlin? Are you all right?
Lip sync's a bit
Magister Merlin?
out of sync,
You
but
don't look well. Did you have a nightmare?
graphically it's really nice. What's also impressive is the use of the screen size. Dynamic Island is up there, and the game bar is down here, so you can see that they're kind of focusing it towards the middle. What should we pick? Merlin.
Ah, your old problem has reared its head again. I'm Dolly. We've been living together in the mystical house for a while now. I hope you remember that you're the great mage who has inherited the title of Merlin.
I'm going to hit play on the left side here. A lot of the more modern style games will either automatically do the talking and give us the choice to turn it on or off. So I imagine this is where you'd hit play for it to be auto.
However, you lost most of your powers somehow. Your memories are fragmented, and you often forget things.
Yes.
I woke you
Forgetful
up
main
because there's
character is a
fire
bit of
on the
a
other side
trope
of the river.
in
It's getting
RPGs.
serious. All the villagers will be in danger if we don't put out that fire.
Look at the subtle
Chippy
movements
was
on her
worried and
hair,
ran over there already.
the colour by her face, the back.
As you're familiar, Chippy wanted to protect your beloved village, so he rushed out to put out the fire. But the fire is getting
And
out
she
of
is
hand.
blinking.
Will Chippy be all right? Do you want to go and see for yourself, Magister Merlin?
Yeah.
I understand. Just take care of yourself. You've been in seclusion all these years. No one knows you're here. If you just go out like this, it might stir up some trouble.
Is this how we're going to get the character
You know,
creator?
You're probably the most famous mage in Asperia. Before going out, why don't you use some magic and change your appearance?
That's cool. They came up with an in-game reason to have a character creator. I like that. This art style, it's kind of a little bit like Valkyria Chronicles, the PS3 game, and Final Fantasy Tactics, but with a modern twist on it. It's kind of nice. Unfortunately, I can't think of any modern equivalent games off the top of my head. I know I've got a couple, but I'm just looking at my PS4 games and I can't really think of the one I'm thinking of. Like that modern version of Tactics. Anyway, so A, B is a bit bigger. We can go a few different colours of skin. Basic, but it gets the job done. Kind of like that one. This is a little bit more different styles, different colours. It's like trying to find the right face that matches the hair, you know? Sure. Eyes. Ooh, that green's a bit too bright. You need something a bit more deeper emerald. I think that's better. Oh, facial hair. No, I'm okay with that. Rover? Well, if you're familiar with my games, you know my go-to name for RPGs like this is Albion. The music's nice in the background as well. Look at that. It's a little weird on my... Oh no, it's fixed. The cutscene was a little weird because the dynamic island was there. So the black line went across, down, back up again, just a little bit. Can I zoom in? A little bit. You wonder... I want to see on the right side if there's settings. This would be interesting to see. This is an iPhone 14 Pro. It'll be interesting to see what they have set the graphics at. Text, several languages there. Voice, well, that's 4, it's not bad. Tracking mode, joystick, extra button. Might knock the effects down a little bit. Now these notifications is a little difficult. Is that going to be notifications to me when my phone's in standby, or is this notification specific in game? So it's like we can play the camera distance a little bit. Frame rate. Why don't we try 60? Power mode, performance, HD, yeah. I think we'll leave it like that. A lot of the stuff we don't know yet because we haven't played the game. But it is nice that my account number isn't just spread across the screen. I'm not a fan of games that do that.
Look over there! The heroic order came to put out the fire.
Chippy is a bit too cute.
Fire elementals are attacking them. Magister, let's go help them.
Ah, the play button had defaulted
Chippy is at your service.
off. Okay, that's a cool little thing. Now, because we're forgetful, a tutorial would be an easy thing to add to a game.
General Hogan, the water isn't working.
You, Sam! Get these fires under control! Do not retreat! Forward!
Pretty epic. Okay, I didn't press anything, I wanted the game to tell me. Let them taste my power.
All forces, attack!
Yeah, that looks really nice. And so is that victory screen. And here's our party. I wonder what this bar chart is. Replay. Interesting. So I guess an example would be if you're commuting and you're not recording or screen recording, you could start screen recording, replay it. Or that could mean replay as in do the fight one more time to get more items.
I wouldn't have recognized you if it weren't for Chippy tagging along. How about you dispel your disguise so I can see my old friend again?
General, the Magister's condition, you see, he's forgotten you again.
Chippy's face is kind of good.
It's okay, Chippy. No matter how many times he forgets, I'm happy to reintroduce myself to him. I am Hogan, the former leader of the heroic order of the Lightbearer Empire, and the current magistrate of Hollistone.
Sometimes the lip syncing is accurate, other times it's like the lips are barely moving. I honestly don't know the country the developers are from.
This is no time for small talk. Look at these
Well, from the
fires.
language options, it looked like it is
They don't belong.
Japan, China, or Korea.
How could they just appear out of nowhere? Then our most urgent concern is to put out the fire.
Did you see that?
Please, give me a hand.
I didn't pick.
Put these
I
fires
don't know
out
which one it
together.
picked for me either. Okay, Chippy, what do you want me to do? Over here, Chippy wants to get stronger. It should say over here, I want to get stronger. Click on my picture.
Oh, I'll catch up to you someday.
Level up. We got. It needs a nice amount of gold. We got 18,000, and it needs 550 books, maybe. Ah, that went away so quickly. That all those up arrows would be nice to keep them. Training manual. That's what that is. So it looks like, yes, you can click on items and it'll tell you what they are. Can I click on him?
Teeth Chippy's blade.
Did you see that? There was a +2 for something.
Ambushed. Oh, just you. Don't scare me like that.
So if you hold it, you can spin him around.
Where did everyone go?
That's like luck.
Teeth Chippy's blade.
There's no obvious way to look at his points. Maybe the eye. Here it is. So it looked like luck, but I can't see anything that looks like a luck stat. So I have no idea what that all meant. Tap track. Okay. So it's going to move for us automatically. I'm handing over command to you. I trust your justice. Well, it's saying move him here. Battle. Autocast. Settings. Oh, that's no choice. It is just autocast.
All forces, attack!
Autocast is useful in a mobile phone game, especially if you're commuting. For example, if you've got like one hand on the ring hold or pole or something, you can play this and just watch it happen. So that's the equipment.
Catch up to you
It's a
someday.
little odd. What's going to be interesting is if the equipment we equip is going to change how he looks here. Quick equip is really nice, but it doesn't change how he looks here, and I don't think it's going to change how he looks in game either. It's a bit of a shame. I know it says tap, but we've got all these people around. So I tapped him, and then the chat button came up. Why aren't you running? Very suspicious. Very weird. I wonder if there are more side quests if we talk to people. Like, I can see that gold thing up there. It's difficult to know if the game is wanting us to track to get to a specific point, or if it's just that's the shortest way. Shortest track. Well, we've got chests here. And I couldn't overwrite it until it had finished. Battle, I guess. Feels like there is a time limit to the battles. The dynamic island is up there, so it's not in the way of the main action.
All forces, attack!
But the screen is quite clean. The UI isn't too over the top. And scenarios like this take place way in the middle.
General, they've ruined my beauty sleep. This will cost you extra.
Valen, you're just getting here now? Were you deep in your cups again?
I mean, that means drinking.
That's not fair! I ran into a bunch of fire elementals on the way here! Those guys were really annoying. Anyway, looks pretty grim here. I didn't expect the fire to be this big. This is not normal, General.
That's right. We think it's arson. The culprit is likely a mage.
Whoa.
Which could be the suspicious person we
You're
met
a
earlier.
familiar, aren't you? In that case, this gentleman with the General must be a mage. I gotta say, picking a hamster as your familiar is rather unique.
Okay.
I normally overlook your banter, Valen, but in front of this Magister, you'd better watch your words.
It's rare to command such respect from the General. Well, Magister, I am Valen, of the Heroic Order. How would you like me to address you?
Yeah.
An interesting name. I will remember it.
It's a shame the subtitles are often lagging behind what's actually being said.
Forgive my rudeness earlier. I'll be sure to make it up to you once this fire has been dealt with.
Some villagers need help. It's like I'm trying to tap it, but it's not going there. So now we've got to do the village stuff. Well, I guess that's a hint that we need to fix the path. So I'm guessing that's what this is. There's no button for me to press to attack. But there is something shiny on the ground over here. Sure, we'll take their money. It's the fire. This is a big town.
You seem more interested in who started the fire than in putting it out.
I saw you casting a spell with my own eyes.
It's not that easy to quench a greedy fire, my dear. I'm just trying to help.
The Scarlet Sorceress is as beautiful as her fire is dangerous. That's what the rumors say.
Dangerous? You're quite right. If this were my fire, you'd all be ashes by now.
So she's the Scarlet
From the
Sorceress.
guy we met earlier.
Chippy has heard of her.
You're...
Magister, if Chippy is not mistaken, it seems like the Scarlet Sorceress is staring at you. What do we do, Magister?
I wonder if she's like,
She's staring
if
really
we're meant to be
hard.
Merlin, maybe it has a bit of the sort of Arthur legend about it. Maybe she's Morgana or someone like that.
Never mind. You made me think of someone. The divination was right. This night was awful. I shouldn't have gone out. I'd appreciate not being disturbed any further. I'm leaving.
You're not going anywhere, Scarlet Sorceress.
It's got dark.
All my wares are gone. I demand compensation.
Don't push your luck, young man. I'm not known for my patience.
Don't you dare try to get away with this. I'll make sure you're held responsible.
Shh. Quiet. Something's not right. The wind. It's suddenly so loud.
Huh. Is she going to be like a bad person who joins our team?
What is that?
Register.
A boss battle so early? You can see she has joined our team as an ally. She serves the boy, whereas we're just standing there.
It's time to show you my moves.
Fly, my beautiful flames.
Yeah, that's Twister. Was doing a lot of damage and taking it quite well, but we were just standing there. Oh, this is cool. They could really do a lot of merchandise for Chippy. Well, even though we had amnesia, we still remembered how to do that.
You awake? How are you feeling?
Oh, great.
If I hadn't seen you pass out just now, I'd probably believe you. You passed out for a while. General Hogan and his men put out the fire. Then he returned to Hollystone. He ordered me to stay here and look after you.
How they put out the
Before
fire?
he left, the general told me to make sure that when you woke up, your memory was all right. What a strange request. Do you often forget things? Also,
Seems like we
how
do.
much do you remember of what just happened?
There was a boy with a duck.
He's no ordinary child. He's Rowan, the second son of the wealthiest man in the Empire, and head of the Mithril Consortium. Young Master Rowan identified the Scarlet Sorceress as the culprit, and the two of them were brought back to Hollystone by General Hogan for questioning. Her name is Muriel. People are just used to calling her the Scarlet Sorceress.
Okay, so I'm not one-to-one with the Arthur legend.
Muriel's attitude towards you was unusual. When you passed out, she was the first to get to you. Did you know her from before?
Not sure.
That's rather odd.
Magister? Yes, you're awake. Chippy checked all around and didn't see any elemental beings. The village is safe now. Mr. Valen told you that General Hogan already left for Hollystone, right? The General will wait for us in the village, so we should go meet him in Hollystone. He seemed to have something to say to you.
There might be enemies on the road. I'll go with you. Although, you might not need my protection.
Of course! The Magister is the
Good save.
Glorious mage that everyone loves. Anyway, since you're feeling better, Magister, should we set off? However, before leaving for Hollystone, we should probably return to the mystical house first. Dolly must be worried sick.
Need a hand, friend?
Think about using magic, okay? That's good then.
Brought back the Magister.
I wonder if it's just going to be this one location where you can go back to. Who's that? Another hamster.
Merlin, have you regained your powers? I saw your magic in the sky. It was the right decision to go on this trip.
Don't be too happy. Magister fainted after casting that spell. And the Magister looked really strange, as if possessed by some weird force.
Kind of look like the Avatar state if you've seen Avatar.
Merlin, perhaps it's just the Magister recovering. Chippy, what's with you? Why so pessimistic? That's not like you.
Yeah, Chippy looks sad.
Oh, you're right. The Magister is the greatest mage in all of Asperia. Everything will be fine.
I don't think so. I think there's going to be a twist. They sort of hinted about us being possessed.
Magister Merlin, you seem to be in quite a bit of trouble. Shall we find someone to lend you a helping hand? Leave it to me. I know a few people.
Now, what do they mean by all that? Aha! So this is how they're going to introduce the recruiting mechanic. Okay. It's nice that they came up with an in-game reason for it. Guessing purple's rare.
Ready to embark on a glorious adventure?
And another one.
By my life and honor, I shall protect you.
So, I wonder if the purple background is to help show what rarity they are. If we have any difficulties, come back and recruiting new members could help, okay? Well, so far the tutorial's been mostly quite useful and mostly quite thorough. So it wants us to head back. Whoops. But it's nice that you can end up there.
Took you a while. I've been waiting out here in the cold all day. They say it's always autumn in Ryham, but right now, it's more like winter.
It's said that Merlin's ward has long protected Ryham. It's the only reason that people can actually live here.
Sounds like the rest of the world is going to be quite rough.
But recently, Ryham's been getting colder. It's almost snowed the past few days. We've come with the Magister to investigate this change in weather.
My apologies, Miss Hamster. I never got your name.
Hammy!
Yes, we should be introduced. You are Valen. I am Hammy.
Are all your familiars hamsters?
Seems so.
That's unique indeed.
Chippy told me that General Hogan ordered you to protect the Magister. You must know that serving the Magister is an honor, but it's not easy. I'll be observing you. I hope you'll become a competent retainer.
Apologies again, but I have to correct you. I'm a knight, not someone's retainer. Protecting him is just my current task. It's not a lifelong post. Unless your Magister is someone like the great Merlin, then I may consider it.
Did I hear that right? Well, the Magister, he is Ouch! Why did you just step on my foot, Hammy?
Oh, sorry. Chippy likes to spout nonsense. Don't mind him, Mr. Valen.
I wonder why it's such a secret.
Once you spend some time together, you'll realize that although the Magister isn't Merlin, he is just as powerful. You'll see that he is practically the same as Merlin, except for the different appearance and name.
Okay, I'll just wait and see. We should get going. I really want to get to Hollistone as soon as possible.
He must
I need
suspect,
a hot drink
surely.
to help me warm up. Dura above. I really hope the General doesn't give me another assignment.
That's a cool effect. Same, I can't tap on the screen and it would take the character there. You're gonna have to physically do it. Or like, I can't tap on the screen and the track will come up with track A or track B. Wait, why wasn't... Oh, okay. Go run over it. So I haven't gone back into the equipment area. I'm kind of waiting for the game to perhaps remind me to check it out or to equip.
All set. Any...
Sir Lucius, at your
Move you
service.
there. Move you there. Okay, so you can tap that stuff on the screen and someone's going to aim for it. But our character isn't on screen, so it's difficult to see who's actually aiming for it. I do like that victory reward screen, it's really, really nice. Well, that's level 10 and 11, that feels a little bit too much for me. What's this? Health? Oh, speed. See, this is 11, it's giving me the choice to fight. The fact it's a choice makes me wonder if that they were that much stronger. Let's have a look. Social media, huh. So can I post something? Create. Well, while I'm reviewing it, and I'm enjoying it so far. Done. Will they let me do it? Okay, but you can see got a little different languages here. So that's how they get the social media stuff in. Interesting. Looks rather nice. Still, a lot on screen that we haven't been introduced to yet. It kind of feels like the tutorial is a bit basic in hindsight.
Great. You seem to have pulled yourself together. I was really worried when you passed out. So, how are you getting along with Vader? I hope he hasn't offended you already.
We get along, sure.
Really? That guy's usually a handful.
That's not fair, General. These two little hamsters are watching my every move.
Yeah.
I didn't slack off at all.
That's the response I wanted.
Well, considering you helped us fight all the way here, I'll score your performance on the Magister's behalf. 80 out of 100! Keep up the good work, Mr. Valen.
I'm starting to wonder if those battles we missed, whether or not we could have actually won them. It's still a little early to work out what our level is compared to everyone else, and to judge how much stronger or weak everyone else is. So I avoided them, and it's nice that we can avoid them.
Thanks for your encouragement, Hammy.
But also,
Let me say this again.
I haven't gone and equipped
You were
everyone with
sent
all the
by
best
me
stuff yet,
specifically
because
to
I was
look into
waiting
the
for the game to
changing
perhaps suggest that I do so.
To ensure success, you must spare no effort in assisting him. Furthermore,
You must ensure his safety. I totally understand, General.
Valen is my most trusted knight, both in strength and in character. His only shortcoming is probably his big mouth. Anyway, please teach this young man a thing or two during your time together. You can be as strict as you need to be.
Stop teasing me, General. We should get down to business. The fire at Ryham was clearly arson.
Yes, the young master of the Mithril Consortium identified the culprit as the Scarlet Sorceress. Rowan believes that she was the one who summoned those fires.
But we had that suspicious guy, which makes it sound like it wasn't her. And her own statement, of course.
The Scarlet Sorceress, however, denies it all. I questioned the Scarlet Sorceress before you arrived. I asked her what her reasons were for coming to Ryham, but she didn't say a word.
Probably to start something.
What about you? Do you think the Scarlet Sorceress is the culprit?
Or no?
Not that I doubt your judgment, but until the truth is uncovered, I can't let her go. There's another matter I'm concerned about. The Scarlet Sorceress said that you'd exonerate her. She seemed convinced that you would find the real culprit of the fire. You and her. I don't mean to pry, but is she an acquaintance of yours?
Might be.
True, you have lost your memory. Some things you might not be able to recall. Don't worry. We'll get to the bottom of all of this in our investigation. Oh, right. This is your first time in Hollystone, isn't it? Before troubling yourself with the investigation, you might as well take a tour around the village. Go, have a look around.
This thing's a bit big for a village, a bit fancy.
I'll be waiting for you.
Kind of feels like town. Well, let's see what that is all about. It's not equipping as we'd been taught before. So all the warriors. Now it looks like we have one warrior. Support. Don't get to see specific. And it's difficult from this. From what the game's told me, it sounds like everyone gets the same equipment. I don't know how true that is. The stained glass windows, nice. So if I click, wait, support.
If I could just put on the ring. Huh? Oh, it's nothing. I'm fine.
So for support, she's got those, and for support,
the color and clarity are phenomenal.
she's got those as well. So yeah, it looks like you don't need to get 2, 3, or 4 of one item. You get one item and it's shared between everyone with the same skill, I suppose. It is saying level up on these characters. The game isn't reminding us, but we can do a couple.
The color and clarity are phenomenal. Hello.
And I can do that.
Shield for others, armor for myself. Let's get started.
So the enemies we were encountering outside the city were 10 or so. You can see my team here is quite low. If I get into 5.
The color and clarity are...
Shield for others, armor for myself. Let's...
And GP
I'll catch up to you someday.
10. Better than it was, but still don't know. Ah, real people. Waystone. So there's a teleporter. So that's how we got the teleport to the mythical house. Also, teleporter. I kind of want to drop a point on the ground for it to go. Yeah, how weird. Not telling us what the skill is though. Ah, so a heal. Okay. Looks like there are different artifacts. I wonder if we're going to wear all of them or we have to choose. So it wants us to go bottom left. Level 10, random equipment. So the hamster's picking up the coins. That's not battle? Okay. You can see it's a little tougher this battle. I need to pay more attention, or the game needs to highlight better the strength of the enemy compared to our strength. She needs to move. How do I get her to move? Oh, now she is.
Just as I expected.
I'm saying battle again. Is it the same battle or are they stronger now? Focus on the elite. Where is the elite? I can't see the elite.
It's time to show you my moves.
Two kills. But those characters seem to be quite slow in moving to new positions. Like the hamster. Hammy, she's still
Just
all the way
as
at the
I
back.
expected.
The battle says 3750. It's red, but doesn't tell me what my personal score is. I would like it to be a little bit more clear what their score is versus mine. I assume the red means that there's a big difference, but I don't know. It says, ask the merchant, talk to Eddie.
I heard the wheat fields in Northville will soon be acquired by Lord Franz. It won't be long before Northville is growing those expensive grapes, just like Southville.
What?
Wasn't the village chief of Ryam opposed to growing grapes?
Oof.
Did he back down in the
Audio
end?
quality is a little rough there.
He had no choice. You've seen how rich the people in Southville have gotten these past couple years. It's all because of the grapes.
Everyone in Northville was green with envy. Who doesn't want to be rich? The old chief couldn't hold back the sea of change.
You're above. If there are grapes to the south and grapes to the north, Ryham should just change its name to Grapeville.
Okay, that's something. Look at all these online people playing. I want to have a look around the city. Waypoint. Because it's big. And it looks really good. Let me just get a random circle here. Seems to be a slight stutter every now and then. Looks like that might be out of the city. Oh, can we pet the cat? Doesn't look like it. There doesn't seem to be any sort of meow. But it looks really nice. No entry, so some areas we can't go. And we can't fall off either. We gained one of something. No entry. Alright then, track. I thought I hit track. I guess not. These are the daily, weekly rewards, I imagine. Free login reward. So we've got don't know. Oh, there's so many of these. The dynamic island does cut into it ever so slightly. But the bar at the bottom is safe out of the way. WhatsApp Messenger. So I wasn't looking for that. I think that might have been the gold barrel. That one. No, it wasn't. Gold wagon, I should say. We do get a welcome bundle that's free. Monthly. Cosmetics. Lower patronage, but at least it's not overwhelming. Teleport to the waystone close to the target, sure. Well, it's nighttime now.
Mary, I'm so glad you're safe. I heard about the fire last night. I was so worried.
Eddie, I saw everything. When the fire broke out, there was a mage in the village. She was standing in my wheat field. She waved her hand and just vanished, after which the field just burst into flames.
What? Are you saying you saw the culprit? Mary, take a deep breath and see if you can remember what she looked
Come on,
like.
red hair or not?
She had red hair down to her mid-back. She was also wearing a hat with a long feather in it and a black dress with gold stripes.
We need to tell this to the heroic order.
Magister, listening to that description, it seems like the culprit has to be Muriel.
I'm wondering if it's like Muriel's dress doesn't have gold or something like that.
Wears a hat and a dress.
Do you remember what the Scarlet Sorceress looks like? I think she was different from the woman's description.
I mean, the skirt.
Muriel was wearing a plain black skirt. There weren't any gold stripes on it. This is an important piece of
The
information.
hair, I remember being
Before the
long.
fire, mages other than Muriel may have been in the village.
The other person who we know has got long red hair was
We
the
need to tell this to General Hogan
girl
immediately.
in our magical house. Or mystical house. If you notice, we're carrying a torch. It's a nice little touch.
Thank you for considering my lady. However, she said that if she needed anything, she would instruct us on what to do, rather than trouble you.
Well, she does not need to be so polite. The lady has come a long way, and it is my duty to be hospitable to guests. Should she have time today, might I be fortunate enough to meet her? I have prepared a rare gift for her.
Lord Franz, sir, I'm afraid my lady is terribly busy today, and really cannot
What do we think?
see you.
This lady is the
Please,
mage?
return another day.
Lord Franz does not seem to be in a great mood today, I see. I heard General Hogan mention that a noblewoman lives in this house, and that she has come from the capital.
And where did this bottom feeder come from? Talking about me behind my back. Begone!
And nice to meet you, Lord Franz. You're different from what I imagined. I heard you were so rich and swanky that even the fountain on your estate was made of gold. I imagined you'd look like a fine gold bar.
Come on, Valen.
Impertinent scoundrel! No wonder your mouth emits such dross when base wretches like you grow up eating only filth.
Fine, fine. I might well be a base wretch, but that can't be said of him. What do you think, Magister?
Great renown, sure.
Oh no. You look like you're barely half trained. Don't call yourself a magister when you only know a few spells. I wager you never attended the Serene Lyceum. Am I right?
Oh, I have no idea.
The Magister didn't really study that much there.
See? I thought as much. Peasants like you don't belong in a place like that.
You've misunderstood, Lord Cocky High Butt.
He helped. I imagine we helped build it.
The Magister didn't study at the Lyceum because he was teaching there. Yes! You journaled about that part of your life, and you allowed me to read those entries.
I bet we didn't.
What a bunch of tedious liars! Enough! I have an important client to meet and can spare no time to argue with the likes of you. Furthermore, I hate rodents, particularly when they scurry around my property. You'd best not let me catch you around Ryham. That region falls under my jurisdiction.
He certainly wasn't humble. He's essentially saying that Ryham belongs to him. However, it doesn't look like he was exaggerating. Lord Franz does control most of Ryham, especially the southern part.
The part that now has grapes.
You look a bit lost. Allow me to explain. Ryham is built along the Tranquil River, which divides the region in half, north and south.
Basically, it'll go left to right across the screen, I imagine.
2 years ago, Southville heeded Lord Franz and dug up its wheat fields to plant grapes instead. They made a lot of money, and nowadays many villagers regard him as the symbol and source of their wealth. They say it's a new grape variety, Gem Vine.
Sounds expensive.
In all of Bavaria, it only grows in Ryham, and is so rare that it can't be bought anywhere else on the market.
Sounds suspicious.
To expand production, Lord Franz has lobbied the Northville villagers to swap from growing wheat to gem vine grapes. Is this a mage's intuition, then? Southville is not that far, so we could go have a look around. But we should probably talk with General Hogan before we go. He's waiting for us near the plaza.
Sounds like that's what we might be doing later. This auto track is a really nice function.
You look serious. What happened? What? This is the first I've heard of that. Well, Ryham should never have been divided. Now the citizens on both
One
sides
of the river man-made then.
constantly bickering.
I have to point out that this situation started after Lord Franz arrived in Ryham.
I heard that Lord Franz has always wanted to grow grapes in Northville to increase production.
That's
In
it.
short, the intel suggests that the culprit is probably someone other than the Scarlet Sorceress. But she's still a suspect. And who knows if the other red-headed mage is her accomplice. We'll have to keep investigating.
Huh. We haven't even solved the issue of the changing weather. But here comes more problems. This case is related to magic, which Valen does not excel at. I'm going to ask you for your help. Are you willing to aid us?
Yeah, I'll do it for you, Hogan.
Thank you, my friend. Thanks for your help. Have you figured out what your next move is?
We ought to look around Southville. Before identifying the culprit, we should learn more about the grape variety known as Gemvine. We bumped into Lord Franz just now, and he wasn't particularly friendly. What if, hypothetically, my sword falls out of its scabbard, completely by accident, mind you, and skewers his foot? You'd protect me, right?
Please keep an eye on him. I'm afraid he's going to get into trouble. Then it's all up to you. May Jura above watch over you.
No shortcut. Tap the map. Interesting, so we don't actually have to physically touch or go to one of these waypoints. We just touch it on a map. That's quick. That's kind of cool. So I'm gonna kind of leave it there. We know that the story's going, like the 3 parts of the story we've uncovered so far, each kind of different and kind of interesting as well. But we do have a lot of things on the screen here that the game hasn't pointed us to. First one, the chest top right. Don't know why we had to press it twice. Map, present, what's that? Exploration progress. So yeah, okay. We get rewards for completing the map. That's nice that we get rewards for basically looking, like, find 10 wooden chests. That's cool. So as well as the story, if we want something else to do, the game's giving us this. Alright, let's go down. Right side, we got trumpets. Ah, that's the screen we found earlier. Compass. Who knows what this growth path is all about. But it looks like it's related to progress in game. Daily quests, yeah. Again, it's nice that we've got quests. It gives us a reason to play the game daily, just to log in, if that. Okay, so that's daily stuff. Mythical house. Recruit 10, sure. Because yes, we have got lots of these letters now. Ooh, that gold one's effective. Green. Another green. We're getting a lot of hamsters.
Let's stand and fight together.
Here's the purple one. Now actually, I don't think these are characters. It says Wilder Acorn. So it's like we're picking up acorns rather than characters.
Be grateful that you're allowed an audience.
Cecia, okay. Or Cecia. Okay, so there are different types of acorns. You can see on the top, all sorts of letters. We've got 3 of this one. So we get a pick. So if we pick one of the ones we want, it will be epic. That says new. That one looks cool. Okay, so it's the same animation. Ugh, just blue. We might as well use it up.
Let's stand and fight together.
Now a Corin. Whoops. Huh. First time wanting us to pay money. I don't mind that. Especially now we understand how much it's worth. We've used that item, so we have a rough idea if 160 yen is worth it, and if the success rate was higher, perhaps yes. Read all. But it didn't collect all, did it? One of the nice things when you start a new game that's really successful. Over 10 million downloads. Certainly popular. It'd be cool if this came to the Switch vertical like this. Events. What was this thing again? The only downside is, with these games, it's always difficult to know when you quit the game how it works. Okay, so we're finishing here. The phone is hot. Not unbearably hot, but it's noticeably hot. But we have been playing for an hour, 10 minutes or so. But yeah, AFK Journey, really good. It's disappointing that there's such a big download at the beginning. You really have to start this game at home, use your Wi-Fi, and then play it on the go. There's a lot to do, and the story is told in a very nice way. The graphics are really good, music's really good. The tutorial's a little basic. I know, a lot of games nowadays tend to point us to all these things on the screen, all the UI stuff. But at least what is nice is that the game has in-game reasons for the character creation. It has in-game reasons for the character summing. So in some respects it's pretty good. But yeah, that'll do. It's in contention for Game of the Year in the extra download section of that list. So until the next Mobile Friday video, or until I see you checking out some of the other videos, playlists, YouTube shorts, or even live streams over on YouTube, Or maybe I'll see you over at Ko-fi. That's a small YouTube channel. We get no money from YouTube. But with Ko-fi, we can get donations, including PayPal. And we have some subscription tiers as well you might find interesting. But wherever or whenever I see you again, please take care.